I'm your go-to cybersecurity girl, coming to you live with this week's Cyber Chronicles. Small business friends, the next 5 minutes are just for you. So today we're talking about the critical difference between IT and cybersecurity, and why your IT person or your IT department alone may not be enough to protect your business. So I want you to imagine walking into your office and turning on your computer only to find this chilling message on the screen. And this is word for word. Hello, your files have been stolen and encrypted. All you need to do is pay the ransom. This is exactly what happened to a business that we helped recently. Despite the fact that they had an in-house IT person who they assumed was also expertly managing their security. Sadly, their entire system was compromised. Listen to what the forensics investigation uncovered. The initial breach occurred nearly a year earlier. For that entire year, the criminals quietly stole confidential company information and customer data. They sold that on the dark web to a second criminal gang who carried out the ransomware attack. Security alerts had been going to a folder that no one, including IT or the executives, were monitoring. Weak passwords like, and I'm not kidding, password 123 were being used across critical systems. And though they were doing backups, they were unusable because no one had the decryption key. So when the breach was finally discovered, the IT team started restoring systems, completely unaware that the attackers still had access, which actually overwrote evidence and allowed the criminals to stay in the system and maintain their foothold for longer. This is a real-life story, and it illustrates one of the most dangerous myths in business cybersecurity, and that is, I have an IT person handling my cybersecurity. I want you to think about the relationship between IT and cybersecurity, like your everyday general doctor and a cardiologist specialist. Both involve healthcare, but you wouldn't want your general practitioner performing your open heart surgery. So generally speaking, IT professionals are good at operational things like keeping your systems up and running, installing and configuring software, troubleshooting technical issues, and managing your network infrastructure. On the other hand, cybersecurity professionals focus on identifying and reducing security threats, implementing proactive defense measures, monitoring suspicious activity, responding to security incidents, and staying current on evolving attack methods. So I want to give you 5 warning signs that IT alone might be leaving you vulnerable. Number 1 is that you don't have dedicated security monitoring. Security tools generate alerts, but someone must actively be monitoring and responding to them. Number 2, you have outdated systems still in use. So legacy software and older operating systems can create major security gaps. Number 3, you don't have formal security policies. Without well-documented procedures, security becomes inconsistent and reactive. Number 4, you don't regularly test your security. Without regular assessments, vulnerabilities will remain undiscovered. And number 5, you don't have an incident response plan. When, not if, a breach occurs, every minute without a plan increases that blast radius and potential damage. So the average small business breach now costs $108,000. But the true cost, it extends far beyond that number. Think about your lost customer trust, damage to your reputation, your business interruption, regulatory penalties, and even legal liability. When you compare this to the cost of proper cybersecurity protection, the investment is undeniable, and it has to be considered part of the cost of doing business today. Now, I want you to know that if you rely solely on IT support for security, you're not alone. It's one of the most common gaps we find. But recognizing this is the first step towards addressing it. If you're ready to see exactly where your security stands, just give me a shout. I am happy to hop on a call and do a complimentary cyber strategy session to help get you pointed in the right direction and a plan of action for moving forward. I'm Melanie Fedrone, your go-to cybersecurity girl. I spent over 20 years in the insurance industry helping businesses recover after losses. But now I'm doing something that I think is even better, and that's helping to prevent them in the first place with proactive cybersecurity. Tag a friend who needs to hear this message. Subscribe to my LinkedIn newsletter and follow me for more cyber tips on how to protect your business. Until next week, stay aware and stay secure.